Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. We're back with another video. Now today I'm bringing you guys another build that you can use in Steel Path. Just before we get into the video though, I do want to say thank you all for everyone who subscribed to the channel, liked the videos, commented on them. I appreciate all of you. I am on the road to 100 subs, so if you do enjoy this video, you're new around here, you've seen other videos of mine and you enjoyed them, consider subscribing, liking those videos, commenting on those videos, all of that good stuff. Now let's get into the video. Okay, so just before we get into the build, I just want to talk about the focus school as always. Now, I'm using Unairu for this build just because when we go against some highly armored Grineer, we can use it for armor strip, but also we can use the armor strip and the shield strip against the acolytes that we face. Now the reason we're not using Naramon is because although this is a combo build, we have increased the combo duration within the build itself. So let's get onto the build. Okay, so we're using Valkyr of course. Now with her, we're going to be focusing on her fourth ability, Hysteria, and also her second ability, Warcry. Now, with these two abilities combined, we need to focus on 3 out of the 4 attributes, which are strength, efficiency, and duration. So, in the aura mod slot, of course, we have Steel Charge. It gives us the most mod capacity, but also it gives us that plus 60 melee damage, which is going to transfer over to our Talons. Then we have Blind Rage, Umbral Intensify, and Power Drift as our increased strength mods, and this is just going to increase the damage we do on Hysteria. However, as a consequence of this Blind Rage, we do have less efficiency, and we need efficiency because not only does Hysteria consume ability on cast, but it has consumption per second. So we need to reduce this energy per second as much as possible. So we have Streamline, Fleeting Expertise, and also Boreal's Hatred for that. And Boreal's Hatred is quite nice because it gives us 150% shield capacity on the off chance that our Hysteria runs out and we start taking damage. However, we also have a drawback of our Fleeting Expertise in that it reduces our ability duration. So, in order to counterbalance that, we have Primed Continuity. You can use normal continuity if you don't have primed, and also Augur Message. Then, in terms of arcanes, we have Arcane Energize. Pretty simple. It's just gonna increase the amount of energy we pick up per orb as long as the arcane procs. Also, forgot to mention that Prime Flow, we just need to increase our energy as much as possible so that we can pick up as much energy as possible and store it so that we don't ever drain our energy completely and our Hysteria turns off. Also, we have Arcane Fury here because we are going to be hitting a lot of crits with this build, and we have a 60% chance for every single crit hit that we get to get an extra 150% melee damage. This is of course rank 4. If you have rank 5, you can get 180%. But also I think what's worth noting is that unlike a lot of the other arcanes, this arcane, the chance to proc it and also the duration it lasts for is the same throughout all the ranks. So even if you have unranked, 30% melee damage is still nice to have. Okay, so that's the build. Let's get into the weapon builds. Okay, so in terms of the weapon builds, as you can see, I have no mods on this primary weapon. Now, the reason is because the weapon is not what's important, it's the arcane on it. So, we have got primary dexterity on here. Now, this is going to increase our combo duration by 7.5 seconds. And this is why we do not need Naramon, because we have this dexterity on. So, it's the same thing with the secondary weapon. We do not need a build on it, we just need the arcane secondary dexterity. And this again is going to add another 7.5 seconds to our combo duration. Again, the reason why we do not need Naramon. However, the melee build is a bit different, so let's get onto that. Okay, so the melee weapon, we do need a couple mods on. However, we do not need a full build because, as I said before, we are only really using her Talons. So, we have got Gladiator Vice, Gladiator Rush, and Gladiator Might. Now, as you know already, Gladiator mods, they contribute a 10% crit chance per combo multiplier. Now, stacking them, these three mods, gives us that 30% critical chance per combo multiplier. And once we get to it 12 times, that is going to be a very high crit chance. Okay, we're going to have 360% crit chance. So, that 360% is then going to transfer to our Talons and give us high tier red crits. So, that is all you need for the melee. Let's go on to the final thing. Okay, so the Talons build. First of all, we have our Sacrificial Steel. 220% crit chance. It's just going to add on top of the crit chance we get from our combo multiplier. Then, because we're going to get some decent tier red crits, we've got our Organ Shatter and our Gladiator Might, which is going to add our crit damage and make sure those red crits hit quite hard. Then we have Primed Pressure Point, just to buff the base damage of the Talons, do more damage against the different factions and things like that. And then we have Voltaic Strike and Fever Strike here. Now these are just to create corrosive for the Grineer, because they are highly armoured. Corrosive is the best elemental choice against them. And then we have Primed Smite Grineer. Again, high armor, so they're going to be hard to kill. So we just increase the damage that we do to them with the faction mod. If you don't have primed, also you can just slap on normal Smite Grineer. Same with Fever Strike. You can just put the normal one on, and also Pressure Point. And then the final one is Primed Reach. Now, because Valkyr doesn't do that much damage with her actual direct hits, like Baruch would, for example, we're going to take advantage of the slide attack multiplier, right? As you can see, we're doing 20k on the slide attack. And we're going to increase the sort of range so that we're killing a lot more people per slide attack, pretty much. That's why we have primed reach on here, sorry. And of course, if you don't have primed, just slap on normal reach. It is fine. And that is it. Ability speed, or not ability speed, should I say, the actual speed at which we attack is going to be there from our second ability, right? So we do not need Fury on this build. Okay, now there is one more thing I want to cover, so let's get into that. Okay, so the Panzer Build. The reason we're using a Panzer is because of viral quills, first of all. It launches 6 quills at an enemy within 20 meters, which deal 60 viral damage with a 40% status chance. That's good. But what's more interested in is the second part. If the target already has viral, they will get a spore. Just like Sarion's first ability, she spores them, kills the enemy, and then those spores spread to enemies around him. And that's what we're aiming for here. As the viral goes to other people, other enemies, around the one we spread it to, they will have viral procs on them now. And as you know, viral procs increase the damage you do to that enemy. Okay? And then of course we have Panzer Devolution, which when it dies, it sort of turns into like a worm prime looking thing above the Warframe, and it can still spit out its quills, right? But after that 30 seconds, it can respawn back to its cat form. In order for it to spread the quills though, it needs to stay alive, obviously. So, we have Link Health, Link Shields, and Link Armor. All of these, of course, are going to increase their base shield, health, and armor, and hopefully make it so that they don't die. Then we have Primed Animal Instinct here, and this is just for the enemy radar really. Look where enemies are, and so it also makes it so that we're not out of combat for that long because we know where enemies are around us. Then we have Pack Leader. If you don't have primed, of course, just put the normal one on, it's fine. It heals your pet by the percent, or by a percentage of the damage you do from melee attacks. And since we're using Talons, they're all melee attacks, right? So we're going to keep healing our pet. Then we have Medi Pet Kit. 5% heal rate. Again, it's just going to passively heal our Panzer per second. We have Synth Fiber here. When these enemies drop health orbs, because we're going to be killing a lot of them, so there'll be a lot of energy orbs, it will increase the armor on our Panzer by 100%. So we'll have like 940 armor instead of 470. And finally, we have Fetch. Now, the reason you want Fetch on is because as you're killing enemies a lot, of course, you have increased range on your Talons. So you may get energy orbs dropping out of your range, right? And you want to be able to get that energy so that you can have Arcane Energize and keep casting your Hysteria. So this is why we have Fetch. Your Panzer's literally going to go collect the energy orbs and give them to you so that you can proc your Arcane Energize. So that is everything. That is all the weapons, the build, and the companion. Let's get into some gameplay. Okay, so we're in the mission now. Attack this, and then first priority is that combo. So activate our Warcry, activate our Hysteria, and then we just go in. Got 4 times already, and as you can see, the viral is just helping a hell of a lot right now. And this is just with like direct hits, right? Whoa, that was weird. Activate Warcry again, and we just go in. And we just run through them all. And just make sure that you're actually maintaining your common multiplier, not staying out of combat for too long. I know sometimes the enemies don't spawn, so just try your best not to. Although, as I said, it's already quite easy to regain that combo back. So if I just wait here and I'll show you how quick it is to regain that combo. Okay, it's gone. Now we just go do it again. And it just is quite easy to regain that combo. Especially with the slide attack and the range you have on there. Already at 12. Or 11. And boom, at 12 already. So if you do run out, it's not the end of the world. You can get it back quite quickly. But just try your best not to, that's all. And as you can see as well, I'm healing my Panzer quite well. Because these are steel pad enemies, you need to do a lot of damage. And you're doing a lot of damage, and so a lot of health is going back into your Panzer. Recast that. And just go back in. And see, that Eczema's just got destroyed. Slide attacks are what's going to buff your damage a lot. So just keep slide attacking and you will be fine. And just keep remembering to cast your second ability as well. Because sometimes I can just like get really into it and I just sort of lose track that I've not casted it. Again, I mean, it's not the end of the world if you don't, but it's nice to have that movement speed and also your sort of attack speed as well. Okay, so I will be back with you when the Acolyte spawns, and I'll show you how quickly it is to kill him. Okay, so we are back. The Acolyte is about to spawn. And here he is. And he's dead. It's so quick to kill an Acolyte, even without the armor strip, right? Obviously, I didn't miss a few swings there, so if you actually hit them, you would have taken him out a lot quicker. But it's just so simple to melt through these enemies with this build and also these Talons. And that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful. As I said, I am on the road to 100 subs, so if you're new around here, you've seen this video, you've seen other content on my channel, consider subscribing, liking the videos, commenting, and I will see all of you guys in my next video. Peace.